Hallo. Today I want to paint a sunset, like this small example, and we will do this with watercolor pencils. I grab my brush. I use watercolor pencils from Faber Castell, Albrecht Dürer. But I believe you can use every watercolor pencil. Hi Zes, hi Linda, hi Susanna. I want to paint it as a trading card. It's 2.5 inch to 3.5 inch. And I like to have a little border. And for this I tape it with sensitive tape, masking tape. The paper is Arches. It's 100% cotton. Yeah, Linda, those pencils are my favorite. I have the 60-piece set of them, but they are a bit expensive. I think they cost, the 60-piece set costs 100 bucks. But the cool thing is you can buy them piece for piece. You don't have to buy the complete set. At the beginning we will start with the light colors. I go with the orange a bit into the yellow. The pencils are dry, the paper is dry. Don't use water too early. Just put enough pigment on the paper. I have to grab my hairdryer in a minute. I forgot these. I press really hard. The paper is a rough paper, and because of this you have these little holes. But I use a good amount of pressure. Yes, some mid-tone red. try to paint or draw with a flat. Don't point it straight down. Do more a flat drawing, because if you point it too much down, you will see the strokes later. So I think it should be. For the background, I use a size 6 brush, and I don't use them really wet, I use them damp. And it's important to work from the bottom to the... Oh, Susanna, the paper is Archer's rough watercolor paper. I only I use a damp brush, not too wet, and we work from the light to the dark. And if we arrived the top, I clean my brush and swipe them on a paper towel. I have paper towel already here next to me. And if we use water to these pencils, then I have to add a bit more water. The magic happens. I cleaned my brush, it's clean and damp, and I go another round over the paper. I think that brush is too small. I have to choose a bigger one. This is a Spin Synthetics brush. Yeah, now it works. I wipe off my brush, clean them. These spin brushes they hold very much water. You have to be careful with them. So this is smooth enough. Hi Pam. Yes. The dry pencils work like a regular colored pencils, but if you add water, then the vivid starts to grow. Oh, I will grab my hair dryer. And the next step is to dry it. And because this is very noisy, I will turn off the audio just for a second. Here I am. The paper is nearly dry, a bit damp, but it's okay. You can feel it if you touch it with the back of your finger, and if it's a bit cool and it's still damp or wet. Don't try this this way, because the smear on your fingers, the oils on your fingers will ruin the paper. So as in the next step, I want to add some clouds. I have a dry brush, a dry paper and a dry pencil, and we can paint in some clouds. If the paper is still damp and you go over the paper with a dry brush, not a dry brush, a dry pencil, then it can be that with water it doesn't work. It has to be dry. I will darken it here a bit. This paper arches is very expensive, but if you want to save money, then save money with the pencils and with the brushes and with the paints, but buy the expensive, the good cotton paper. This makes such a big difference. I will wet this here a bit again with a smaller brush, and I start from below. And then I will dampen this cloud. I will choose a smaller brush for this. It's a size 2 brush. Don't work too wet with the pencils. Because if you go too wet, you will remove the pigments. It's not like painting with regular watercolors. There you have the pigments on the brush, but here we have only water on the brush. If you want more pigment on the brush, you can pick the pigments right from the tip. You dampen the tip of the pen, and then you have pigments. Then you can paint darker. If you want to pick up some pigments and don't want that the tip goes wet, you can scribble your brush on a piece of paper and then pick the pigments there. I try to lighten this area a bit. I have a clean paper towel. I choose a damp brush and I wet this area in a circle and dab it. This will not work on every paper. Even here it is hard to grab the pigments off. So, and now I will add some trees. I use black. A good tip is if you want to sharpen the brushes, not the brushes, the pencils, don't use a regular sharpener, like where you swirl it and then it shapes off. No, I have such a sharpener where you have a corbel. You do it inside and they shape off little crumbles. This works much better. Here I press very hard because we want a really dark black. Hi Katie. So I start to wet it. There's a lot of pigment on my paper. Susanna, I don't understand your question. Can you activate the image? I can't see you working. Don't you see me? You only can hear me? Oh, did everyone else see me? Pam, can you see me? Linda, did you see me? Susanna, maybe you have to refresh your browser. Okay. Linda and Pam can see me. Maybe it's just a local problem. Linda has had this problem some days ago too. I don't believe that your computer is a problem. I believe maybe the internet, the net. Browser has some strange cache or something like this. This is sad if you don't see me, but you can watch the video at the end. I will upload it. Currently I paint the black trees. I switch to a liner brush. I scribble here some black because I will pick on black pigments. and I paint here grass. Hi Susanna, now you see me, I hope. I scribble more pigments. And of course we need the birds. I will add here and there some more black to the trees. It's a very simple landscape. I just want to show how the watercolor pencils work and why I like them so much. Happy little trees, like Bob would say. So now the best thing of those painting is coming, the removing of the masking tape. A nice clean edge. I have very sensitive masking tape for sensitive wallpapers, and it has never ripped my paper. Look, what a wonderful painting. On the back of the card I will stick some paper and write down the number, the date. It's a typical trading card. Thank you. I hope you liked this video. I like the card very much. I like to work with the pencils, and you don't need a complete set. It's enough to have 24 or 12 pencils. You can mix them together. I wish you a nice evening or a nice day, and I think I will come back tomorrow or on Saturday evening. See you. Bye.